Hello, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and I just thought I'd show you the back of the Amtrak station in Sacramento. And luckily I got a little shuttle thing that I didn't have to walk with all this stuff I'm schlepping around. But this is downtown Sacramento, and this is what the back end of the Amtrak station looks like. And this used to be, at one time, the Southern Pacific station. So I just thought I'd let you know where it is. And the next thing I'll be taking is one of these light rail trains you see in the background up to Watt Avenue, and then take the bus from there to Auburn and Greenback, and then walk to the Convention Hotel. All right, have a great day. It's not that hot here yet. It was supposed to be 85 degrees today, so we'll see what happens with that. And I'll do another video when I get up there. All right, see you later. Bye-bye. How do I stop it? How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Well, while we're waiting for the light rail to go, I just thought I'd take a quick video of the auto carrier train going by. And don't know if there's cars in that or not, but just thought I'd get a shot of that. So let that run, and I'm headed to the I got to connect with another light rail train and get to Watt Avenue, where I take the one Auburn, and then get up toward the convention. So this is a long car carrier train, I want to tell you. So Union Pacific. Unfortunately, I didn't see it in time to catch the engine, but it's so long it may not even, I don't know if I would have seen the engine. It's coming out of an underpass. I can't even see the end of the thing. It's really, really a long train. I'm locally in Martinez. I don't think I've seen a train this long going through. I don't know where they're going. Now, there is a big lot for Toyota and Nissan and other car manufacturers that drops all the cars off in Benicia. You drive by the freeway, you can look over the overpass, and you can see thousands of brand new cars sitting there. So this might be where they're taking them, or they might pick them up. I don't know. So let's just let this run till hopefully there's an end to this train. But I know there's a lot of train folk out there, so that's why I'm doing this. Got nothing else to do while I'm sitting here. I don't think there's Wi-Fi and light rail. I'd have to look. So I'll send these off later when I get to a Wi-Fi source. And that ramp you see there, the station waiting room out front, and the ramp going back to where there's industrial buildings, it is a long walk. In fact, you can see the let's see if I can get a shot of that briefly. Yeah, it says Southern Pacific. So these were the old shops. I don't know if they still use them or not, but these at one time were steam locomotive shops up here. And they're still there. I presume they're being used for something. And oh, it finally left. Okay, it's done. So this is me at the light rail. There's some workers there. Take a shot of them. All right. Have a great day. I'll do another video when once this thing gets rolling. I'll do a rolling video, and you can see cover my progress. I make it slowly but surely toward the convention. Okay, bye-bye for now. How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and we are rolling, going on light rail, headed toward the light rail station on Watt Avenue, and so I'm just gonna let this run so you can see what downtown Sacramento, California looks like. Not much to see there, sound walls. This is the state capitol, lots of office buildings, government buildings. But it's Saturday, so there's not a lot of traffic downtown. We're about 4 or 5 blocks from the state capitol building. Here's the county jail. And this looks like some kind of a apartment building. We're turning here. And they're building a new sports arena here for the Sacramento Kings. And now we're headed down that way. I had no idea that was the county jail, by the way. And no, I've never been in the county jail here, so don't say anything to haters from Belgab. This is a county office building. Of course, it's closed today. And this thing's noisy, but it has one advantage to the Bay Area. Unlike Bart, a guy walking down the street, it's air conditioned, and we just left somewhere. I'm not sure what street we're on. I haven't lived there. On 7th Street, 827 7th at Sacramento County Administration Building, and try to move a little here.
The next stop is 7th and K, St. Rose.
Okay, St. Rose is the station I originally was going to go to, but I'm going to get it off at 13th Street. That's an old Capital National Bank building, old style bank building. So I'm just taking shots of whatever's here. I like old architecture. It goes with here. Merchants National Bank. And you can see the old design here. So I think I'll just maybe focus on this side of the street. Oh yeah, here's the construction. There's a new arena going up, Sacramento Sports Arena. And for the Kings. Gonna have hotels, shops, Macy's is there right now, a few other businesses, but they're tearing down the old Greyhound station down here, and they're gonna make this a whole complex to go
The next stop will be 7th.
Watch basketball and go shopping, and you can stay in a hotel, and I think they're even gonna have places for people to live. So and there's a sign for this Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field is the minor league team here. I think they're associated with the Giants. Old Sacramento. Nice shops, lots of bars, lots of restaurants. Here's St. Rose of Lima Park Station. We're stopped here for right now. So let me spin around here. Oh, nice little mural over there. I'm going to focus on that. As soon as we get going. I have no idea after 20 years how long they stop between stations, because I only used to take this a short distance and walk home to my apartment. Okay, here we go. Now all these buildings here, I presume, they may or may not, yeah, they're boarded up, so I think they're going to tear down this whole block, which is a pity. I hope they saved the mural. But these buildings have been here forever, and yeah, they're all boarded up. So I guess this place is still open. And down here, here's another shot briefly of the arena, and we are heading, I guess, toward the state capitol.
The next stop will be 7th and Capitol. Historic Folsom-bound train.
Now this thing goes all the way to Folsom, which is a neat little town. It's where the Folsom Dam is, and it's got all these old buildings from the gold rush days, former Wells Fargo Bank, and a lot of antique stores and neat shops. I think there's even a gun store out there, but I don't remember for sure. Here's Morton's Steakhouse, great steakhouse to eat if you're in the state. And there we are. And there's the bridge that goes to West Sacramento. That's how you can go back to Fairfield, Benicia, Martinez, and San Francisco. And
the next stop will be 8 and O.
And here's an apartment building. And I'm going to go over here and show you this sign. I have no idea what some of these buildings are, but it's definitely downtown Sacramento. That's the journey now. There's a garage of an apartment complex, I guess, in the back here. And you can, once we get past the trees, if we get past the trees, a giant wall in my way. Well, that's not very interesting. Let me go over here. It's all in the parking lot.
Historic Folsom train. The next stop will be Archives Plaza.
Now, I'm sorry we keep stopping, but I don't have control over that. Yeah, I don't know what that wall is. I'm curious why they have a big wall there, but okay, more office buildings. Athletic Club coming up. And I don't know what, you know, this looks like fortress architecture to me. It's kind of not very pretty, is it?
Will be Archives Plaza.
They're doing some kind of work here at this place. Another parking garage. They're big on parking garages here. There's not a lot of, you can't park on the street with a light rail. And okay, don't see the State Capitol building yet. California Museum of History. There's the State Archives. Now look over here, another gigantic office building. Probably another state building for all I know. So we're stopped here again.
Historic Folsom-bound train. The next stop will be 13th Street.
All right, 13th Street's my stop to transfer to the train, so I'll be getting off. So we will I will discontinue this video when we get there. And that's the noise of my cane you can see. So excuse me, pick up my dog. Can't do this easily. For those who don't think I walk with a cane, there's my cane. And who don't think I'm handicapped, I am. Believe me, I wouldn't be walking if Kathy wouldn't so easily get upset. There's another light rail car going by us, just so people can see what one looks like in motion. And that's coming from Watt Avenue, which is where I'm going. All right, we're just sitting here. So, oh yeah, I gotta get the stop request as soon as we get going.
Historic Folsom-bound train. The next stop will be 13th Street.
And the ever popular and ubiquitous palm trees. They seem to be everywhere in California. Didn't see it much as a kid, but they're here. And I'm sorry again about sitting here with the video, but not much to see when you're stopped. Hopefully one day we will get going again. And you can see the sign here. It says historic Folsom train. That's kind of nice. They tell you where you're going and it flashes. Not static like the Muni. Muni has some signs that move too, but they aren't quite like that. I'm gonna get up here. Oh, excuse me. Go to the window here. At least there's something to look at for the moment. Maybe some cars or something. There's nothing on this side, on the right side of me, but a wall. I know one of these days we'll get going again. I don't know how long they wait between stops. Maybe they're waiting for traffic or something. I don't know. There's sure not a lot of traffic in the streets at this time in the morning, which surprises me. When I drove here, it seemed like there was everybody driving like crazy here when I had to go to get somewhere. There's a car parking, guy parking his car. Well, we're having more action in the parking lot here and on the side street than we are on the train. Whoa! Well, I just almost fell out of the car there. Okay, wasn't expecting to be moving, but finally moving. Okay, let's see where we are now. Yep, more cars. I'm going to try to hold on here. More parking lots. Almost as bad as palm trees, I guess. Oh, there's something I haven't seen before. It's an electric charging station. So, okay, we're turning. And that's interesting. It's the first one I've seen. So, here we go. And make another turn. You can see the train turn into the station, and okay, it's here's my stop. So I will just continue this. Have a great day, and I'll do another one in a minute. Bye bye. How you doing? This is Guy from Pittsburgh again. And looks like partly I'm going back the same way I just came, which is on the opposite side of the track, so some of this will be the same view, but we're heading, yeah, we're going up to Archives Plaza again. So we were just there, so I'm gonna just let this run for a while until we go to somewhere we haven't been. This goes up to Watt and I-80, and that Watt Avenue is a main corridor leading to the 80 freeway, which leads to Roseville, Auburn, and then eventually Reno and Truckee. So there you see another, seem to be a lot of these. There's another light rail going by, literally right out the window. And then I have to take another bus, and that'll take a while. So now we're going to make a bunch of stops. So hopefully this we won't sit here as long as we did the last one.
Will be 8 and O.
And I got on at 13th Street, got off at 13th Street, walked across the tracks, talked to a nice lady who unfortunately just lost her job, and who coincidentally is named Patty, not Bratty Patty. And okay, here we're going again. And next time we come up with our car, I'll take a shot. You can see what the state capitol building looks like. And here we go again. Going by the archives. And
The next stop will be 8 and O.
so we're backtracking, just going back the same way we came partially, and then they will make a right turn and go across the Sacramento or American River, and head north. So
Want I-80 bound train. The next stop will be 8 and Capitol.
I'm really surprised there's not a lot of car traffic on the street today, being a Saturday. I did see when I was sitting there about 50 guys on bicycles, and okay, now we're turning up the street back the way we came. There's oh, that's kind of that's a park. That's what that wall was. So now I know what the wall was. There's a park and some more offices and such.
The next stop will be 8 and Capitol.
Another wall. One day we'll get out of these office buildings. I know it must be boring to see nothing but office buildings. Oh, there's some poor homeless guy. Feel for the homeless. Been there, done that, gotten a t-shirt.
Want I-80 bound train. The next stop will be
And
9
Surveillance America, everywhere the cameras. Another train was nice and quiet. This one is a bit more noisy. I apologize for the noise. Now K Street is an interesting street. There's a little mall. The only thing that can go on there is light rail, and people go shopping there. They have a really nice old theater. I think it's the Crest. And they show movies there, a record store, lots of neat stuff. Okay, here we go. There's the bridge again. And more office buildings. in this giant corridor of office buildings surrounded by more office buildings and the occasional shop and parking garage. Alright, there's the former Greyhound station. They're going to tear that down eventually as part of this whole complex. There's the derricks for the new. All those old buildings are going to go. So we can see what's left. And over here, they're building something, I don't know what. And some neat architecture downtown, old architecture that we rather like. Kathy likes it, I like it. So trying not to get people on here. If they're walking on the street, there's nothing I can do about it. We're at 9th K, and I think this thing turns up like 11th or 12th Street or 16th Street and heads up toward the freeway. Take a shot over here. And can't avoid someone sitting there, but I want to take a shot at the signage. Okay, here we are again, and the deli, Rite Aid or something, and some of this stuff is open, some of this stuff isn't. Over here, more buildings that are vacant. I don't know what they're going to do with these.
The next stop will be 11th and K.
Shreve Jewelers, they advertise a lot of shit, but there's the Crest Theater, really cool theater. There's the marquee. Goes by too fast, unfortunately. And I believe that's the cathedral. Yes, that's the Catholic Cathedral here. Other side of the street. So, Cathedral Square. Cathedral covers the better part of a city block. It's kind of interesting. Like it. Fortunately, can't get the. Okay, now we're making the turn to go out to the freeway. Here's the other side. A lot of these buildings are really old buildings. They either tore down or renovated to provide office spaces and lofts. I'm not sure what this old building is. I like the architecture. And cars can go down this street. Let's see the other street here for a minute. This place, Jim Denny's, has been here for about 50 or 60 years. Great hamburgers. If you're ever in Sacramento, come by. They're open lunch hours, breakfast and lunch. They also have great breakfast. They were going to close a few years ago, and somebody bought the place after the owner retired and kept it open. It's a Sacramento institution. I haven't eaten there for about 25 years, but it's a great place to eat. So, more radiator dealer on the business.
The next stop will be Alkali Flat, La Valentina.
Now over here, on the right, there's an old Victorian. Coming up is the Blue Diamond Almond Factory, where they process the almonds. Their almonds are grown, among other things, in Gustine, California, which is down by Watsonville. And go over here real quick, show you this side of the street. And now you head toward Del Paso Heights this way. It's a really scruffy, not very good looking part of Sacramento. Del Paso Heights, a lot of crime.
Hey, so when it is, how you gonna be down this way? I don't know, man. I'm talking about during the weekday. Probably any time during the week. Alright? What's up? What's up, man? How you doing, man?
And
What about business for you? For what? What's
I think we go through a tunnel at this point.
The next stop will be Grove Avenue.
There you go, going through a tunnel. I think the Blue Diamond Almonds is the other street over because cars, they only go out. The Blue Diamond is going in. So we're going through the tunnel now. Now to the left of us, a couple blocks away, is the headquarters of the California State Lottery.
But this today, so how do you still?
Over to the right, about 2 blocks, is a road that leads the freeway to I-80, and you can get to there, but it's making the turn again. So, doors and more. I wonder what they have. Doorknobs? I don't know. Okay. Lots of industrial stuff here.
Seems as the ages go on, this planet is getting more and more interesting, huh? It's more and more. Doesn't stop.
Alright. This is, not many people live around this neck of the woods. It's all light industrial.
Will she do beat her up or something?
No, she should have. Man, you didn't beat her up. I think it's supposed to she did.
So,
I think she told.
hard to do this without somebody talking in the background. So I apologize. A battery bill, you can recycle the batteries there, and car batteries, though. I don't know if they still do it, but when I lived here, you could take your battery and they give you about $6 for it. Okay, we're making another turn here, and we're heading up toward, I think it's El Camino. And see if I can. I don't know if we get to see the. Yeah, here we go. There's the levee, train tracks, and there is one of the rivers. Now we'll try to get the other side. And now the road that parallels this about a couple blocks over, when it rains really hard, the roads under that bridge floods and it becomes impassable. So we have had a drought, we haven't had a lot of rain lately, but levee, more train tracks, more industrial stuff. And we start to head to where I used to live. And just one car in the roadway, it's mind-boggling. Okay, now we're into the start of Del Paso Heights, and more industrial. People do live here. And it tends to be, they have renovated parts of the area and stuff like that. So, and again, I apologize for the language in the background. I didn't realize people would be talking like this, or I would have shut the sound off.
I be throwing this stuff when I'm in the house on my Snapchat, but it's like, oh, you're like, I be like, the cops, off the fuck out of you, everything I'm like.
But you know, humans only have like 5 fingers, so it's only so many.
And you can hear the wonderful conversation in the background. This is more Del Paso Heights, still headed toward where I'm trying to get to. And at one time, this area was just drug addicts, a lot of hookers, and they've cleaned it up, but it's still, listen to KFBK, there's constant shootings and crime here. It's a big crime area. All right, here's a place that sadly coming up, the former Iceland ice rink, and it's closed now. There was an ice company, and that's how they started the ice rink. And we're not on it yet, but here at Iceland ice skating rink. But it's closed. But it was a big thing here for years, and now it's sadly boarded up. Now it's Del Paso Boulevard. This is a really old bar here, been around for years. Now we're making another turn, and that's Del Paso Boulevard. Now we're going up El Camino Avenue, and
it's one of the first things we can say that just happened in our time.
Hey, bro, we off right here.
All right, bro. Have a good day, man.
You too, man. Hope it gets better for you.
So,
Good luck.
if I do this again, I think I'll just make an introduction and turn. Well, I won't make an introduction. I'll just do the introduction and description and just do the video
The next stop
without
will be
sound.
Royal Oak.
And we're still about 4 or 5 miles from Watt Avenue. I used to get off here and then would walk home because there were no buses leading directly to my house. So we would walk, get off here, and then walk about 3 miles to get to my apartment. I lived here. And I was young and nothing was damaged except my lower back, and I could walk all day, but it was no fun when it's 100, 120 degrees, which it used to get here back then. That used to be the Coca-Cola plant. There's a 7-Up plant on the other side of the
The
tracks
next
near here.
stop will be Royal Oak.
Another shot of the other side. You got residential homes here, and some of them are, a lot of car dealers here,
Will be Royal Oak.
and yep, Some kids ready for Halloween a week early. Ninja Turtle. Royal Oaks.
What I-80 bound train? The next stop will be Swanston.
Now, Arden used to have a lot of car dealers at Arden, the street that crosses Marconi, Chevrolet dealers and everything. There's still some, but not as much as there used to be. Looks like these guys, lumberjack, may have gone out of business. Over here, more warehouses. I think actually that's El Camino. I used to walk up that ramp and then cut down the over to the left, like where Camping used to be. And
The next stop will be Swanston.
walk home. It's about a 3-mile walk. There's where the trains go, freight trains and Amtrak. There's something you don't see very often, a regional transit truck. And so they're actually working out here on something, so there's another station. I never got up here much, so I don't know what, I don't think Swanston was built. They were just building this whole system when I left here in 1990. So I don't know much about what this is other than it doesn't exist. They had buses, but light rail wasn't going everywhere like it does now. This is a big reason why a lot of people drove, because it took forever to get to South Sacramento or somewhere, or the Watt Avenue corridor to get across the American River. I think that river was the Sacramento River.
The next stop will be Marconi Arcade.
Now that Marconi Arcade is the area, the name for the area I used to live in. And it's near Watt Avenue, and it's also near the Arden Fair shopping mall. That's over about 2 miles to the right. Oh, there it is. There's the road I would walk down. On the wrong side of the thing here, there's Tire Company and all of that. And here's Light Rail Yard, where they store all the cars. And big American Legion post over there. Light rail, so I'm going back and forth here, which means we should be up at Watt Avenue pretty soon. This was all being built when I lived here too. They hadn't finished everything. So pretty big, a lot bigger complex than I realized. Like I said, and then there's a Ford Place, Parts Place, fairly good bar and Chinese restaurant at the end, toward the end of the street, kind of dead ends and an overpass. And I used to like Chinese food. It was the only Chinese food around for miles back then. Of course, the food may have changed there in 25 years, but the restaurant and bar is still there. It's always amazing this day and age that things disappear and they go out of business. But this wasn't here. It would have saved me a lot of shit over there. There's the bar and restaurant over there in the corner. There's the overpass. Just over that overpass is Edison Avenue, where I used to live.
Stop will be Roseville Road.
Now, Roseville Road is a road, but it's not Roseville. Roseville is about 15 miles north of here. So, Roseville Road does go quite a length up and down. Side here. And then back here. Sorry, it's shaking, but the train's shaking. So we're going pretty fast now. Didn't realize there were horses on this side of the tracks. Never been over there. It's interesting. And over here. Back to this side. I guess you learn something every day. I've never been on some of the roads here. I've been on a lot of them. And there's the I-80 freeway, I think. Yeah, that's the freeway going to Roseville and back down to Sacramento. And we are, looks like we might be getting close to Watt Avenue to the station.
The next stop will be Roseville Road.
I'm doing this so people can know what, who've never been to Sacramento, can know what part of it looks like. And so people can see how I have to take the trip to the hotel. Alright, there's the freeway on the other side. Or Watt Avenue, I'm not sure.
The next stop will be Watt I-80 West.
There's another regional transit truck. It's got a sprayer truck. I guess they might hose a lot down or something with recycled water, which they've been using a lot of lately. So rail fans will like the truck. And you can tell Saturday the parking lot is empty. There's nobody out here. Everybody's taking the train, I guess.
The next stop will be Watt I-80 West.
Kind of wonder who's going faster, the Blue Prius or the train, or Blue Honda. I'm not sure. Kind of, I know it's a hybrid.
The next
I
stop
wonder what the boat's doing out there all by its own. So it's interesting. Okay, and we're coming up on the station.
The next stop will be Watt I-80.
had the Sony camera when I get eventually. It stabilizes motion like this. You wouldn't see the jerkiness. It does it automatically, but unfortunately it runs about $500. Little white camera. So we are here. All right, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. I'm going to get off the train, try to figure out where the bus is, and go to the next stop, which is Greenback and Auburn. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Gee, this is what happens when a restaurant dies. I'm at the Watt and I-80 station upstairs, and I got on the wrong side. This was a former Sizzler my buddy and I, Stuart, used to eat at. He's not around anymore. So what I'm going to have to do is, unfortunately, I went all the way to the elevator, so I wouldn't have to take the stairs. I'm going to have to go and walk back and wait for the next bus. I just missed the bus. Perfect timing. So here we are at Watt, and somewhere just over the rise there of that road is Auburn Boulevard, and if you took Auburn down about 2 miles, you'd hit the street that led to where I used to live. So and so it's going to be a half an hour before I get to hit the next bus and do more fun walking. Thank you, Kathy, for doing this to me. Okay. Oh, this is one of the most, this goes from out there about 6 or 7 miles. Dead ends at a high school, at least used to when I live here. And going in that direction, it goes all the way to the river and then to Rancho Cordova. This is one of the most heavily traveled roads in and around Sacramento. Probably has more traffic sometimes than the freeway. And I guess this is a motel they're renovating. Wendy's. I don't know what else. And that's where I got off, if you can see that, and walked all the way under the road. And if I'd realized I could have gotten up there, I would have gotten up there and I wouldn't have missed my bus. So, I'll wait for the light to change. Okay, it's finally changed. And I tell you something, on this street, you do not want to try to cross this median strip, because they won't slow down. They'll run over your ass. Here's a guy that practically ran over the Honda. Okay. Finally made it here to relative safety, not Safeway. Wish Aaron and Safeway had air conditioning. It's getting a little warm out here. All right. Sorry I'm huffing and puffing, but carrying 3 bags and this thing, and my cane's on my arm. I can't walk and do a video with the cane's on. My knees start to object to my walking. It's starting to swell up. Alright, I'm not going to bore you anymore with this. I'll take a quick shot of the light rail station and the freeway, and then I'll cut this one and just start over when I get on the bus. There's the light rail station what happened on I-80. There's the traffic. I'm back from Roseville, Reno, Folsom, Roseville, Reno, Auburn, not Folsom. So, whew, the rest. Alright, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great day. I hope you're in a car somewhere. I hate walking when I don't have to. Alright, I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Next stop, Auburn and Watson. Please select your designated seat for seniors and passengers with disabilities.
Doing this is the guy from Pittsburgh, George Senda. Well, the last video I did, I had to turn off the sound because the whole way on the bus was a crying, coughing, stuff up baby, and I didn't think you wanted to hear that. So I'm in the last stretch. I'm at Madison and Auburn, and I'm going to start trundling up the street to the convention hotel, and I'm doing this so that everybody can see what the area. This is on the edge of Citrus Heights. I think it's still considered Sacramento, or it may be in Citrus Heights. I'm not sure anymore where it starts, but here we go, going down Madison Avenue. And I'm gonna get run over by this guy before I get to the hotel. When I get run over by a guy in a Toyota, that's all I need. Okay. So it's about 0.6 of a mile to the hotel. Here's an interesting little bit of history. This Target you see in front of me. Oh God. I am tired and sweaty. It's warm here. It's not super hot, but it's warm. Anyway, used to be in the 70s a store owned by the then Lucky Stores called Gemco. This is the former Gemco. And it is a long way to that hotel. It's up that hill. So I think what I'm going to do is just shut this thing off. You have an idea where it is. You guys can look on Google Earth. Oh God. Well, you can look on Google Earth, see where this is. And I know you want to hear me puffing and huffing for the next half a mile. So I'm going to shut this off, and I'll do another shot when I get to the hotel and go in the lobby and crash. All right, have a great afternoon. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to tell Kathy when I see her on Friday, you are never, ever, ever going to do this to me again. When I bought a car and I pay for the insurance and I have to go through this light rail, train, bus, and walk. Crap. I'm not angry so much as very frustrated that I have to go through this stuff, and it's absolutely unnecessary. And the wonderful odors at the light rail the whole bus stop area smelled of urine, so that was fun too. It's really gross. All right, have a great afternoon. I hope I'm grossed you out with that revelation. But oh, by the way, on the previous video, American River College is where I went to college for about a year and a half, on and off in the 1980s. So you see that in the video. It's a very long video. That was on the #1 line, Auburn and Greenback, and it ends up at Sunrise Mall, where there used to be a comic book store in the 80s. For someone on Belgab who tried to claim there weren't comic book stores that early. So used to go in there and go eat at Birdcage Walk with Kathy back then when we lived together in the mid-80s. All right, have a great afternoon, and I will be back later. Bye-bye.